My name is Barrie Kosky. I am the director of Il Trittico, the third installment of the Puccini cycle that I've been working on here in Amsterdam at the Dutch National Opera with Lorenzo Viotti. Il Trittico was premiered in 1918 in New York. Puccini wasn't there. It's an opera with three stories. Il tabarro, a melodrama, Suor Angelica, a story about a nun who has lost a child, and Gianni Schicchi, one of the greatest musical comedies ever written. The three works are separate, but in the space of an evening combined to make an extraordinary evening of music theatre. The first opera of Il Trittico is called Il tabarro. This is like a film noir melodrama. It's a story about a disillusioned man who owns a barge and his disillusioned wife. It's a story of bitterness, jealousy, revenge, and unhappiness. Finishes with a murder, and of course the murder is under Il tabarro, under the cloak of the title. But what Puccini composes in this opera is an incredible radical soundscape of horns, sirens. It's almost like a film. And in this particular opera, we watch a couple disintegrate on stage in front of our eyes. The second opera, Suor Angelica, is completely different from the first. This is set in a convent, a group of nuns in which a young aristocratic woman has been imprisoned by her family because she had an affair and a child out of marriage. And what happens in this opera is we see this extraordinary character, Suor Angelica, disintegrate. She believes and hallucinates at the end of opera that her dead child is in her arms. It's one of the most moving, devastating 60 minutes of music ever written. The third opera in Il Trittico is called Gianni Schicchi. It's one of the greatest musical comedies ever written. It's about a terrible, terrible family who believe they're going to inherit a lot of money and property from their dead relative. They don't. So they hatch up a plan with a man called Gianni Schicchi about how they're going to get the money. It's hilarious, it's bitter, it's savage, and it's very, very entertaining. I have deliberately staged Il Trittico as three stories. It's a trilogy, but the audience sees something which takes us from tragedy to comedy. You are taken through almost every human emotion that you can experience, from tears to laughter. And that's what makes Il Trittico so unique, is that there's very few experiences in opera where every single human emotion is taken and given to you in 3 hours.